Arthur Morgan. There is no doubt in my mind that he is the best video game protagonist of all time. There is no possible way that this video can do Arthur justice, but I'm going to try my absolute best. There is so much to say. I'm finding it very hard to start this because honestly, I'm a little nervous to do so. Arthur Morgan is an incredible gaming character and has the most moving story of all time, and I'm nervous I won't do it justice. Anyways, this video will be an overview of his story and an analysis of his character. Let's begin. Arthur Morgan was born in 1863 to Beatrice and Lyle Morgan in the northern United States. When he was very young, his mother died, and young Arthur was left with his father, Lyle Morgan. Lyle Morgan, from what we know, was a very bad man. It is speculated that he abused Arthur. Lyle was a petty criminal and an outlaw who was caught in 1874. Arthur was 11 at the time, and he witnessed his father get hung. Arthur often states that he lived far longer than he was good for, saying that Arthur felt that the world was better without his father. Despite their strained relationship, Arthur wears his hat and keeps a picture of him. In 1877, a 14-year-old Arthur was a wild delinquent who was getting into trouble. He met two much older outlaws named Dutch Vanderlinde and Hosea Matthews. Arthur admired the two men and saw them as fathers. Arthur came to form his unrelenting blind loyalty to the two. Arthur listened to Dutch spew his conflicting ideals, and Arthur heard it all, and because of this, and because of his loyalty to Dutch, Arthur came to share in those ideals too. These three men, Dutch, Hosea, and Arthur, founded the Vanderlinde Gang. In 1885, Dutch saved a young 12-year-old boy named John Marston from being hung. He brought young John into the gang, and Arthur and him became almost brothers. Over the years, they were considered Dutch and Hosea's favorite sons. In 1887, the gang participated in their first bank robbery. Arthur, Dutch, and Hosea made off with $5,000 in gold and gave it all away to orphanages. Very different than what the gang does in the main story. After this, Arthur met a woman named Mary Gillis. The two fell deeply in love and even became engaged. Arthur's life of crime brought disapproval from her father, eventually leading to their relationship falling apart. We can see in the main story that Arthur never really moved on and still holds feelings for Mary. Some years after this, Arthur met and had a child with a young woman named Eliza. They named the child Isaac. Although Eliza knew what Arthur's life was, she accepted support from him. One day, Arthur arrived at their house and saw two crosses outside and knew immediately. He learned that they had been shot dead by robbers for $10. This hardened Arthur, and he never really coped with the pain. It gave him the phrase that he uses throughout the main story, which is, "You can't live a bad life and have good things happen to you." In 1894, Uncle introduced a woman named Abigail Roberts into the gang. Her and John eventually fell in love, and they had a child together. John was terrified by the responsibilities of being a father, and he left the gang and Abigail. He returned a year later and was welcomed back with open arms, except for Arthur, who felt betrayed by John's actions, and a rift formed between the two. Arthur was also very disappointed in John. John had everything that Arthur had so recently lost, and John just walked out on it. Arthur saw John's foolishness, and wished that he still had the same opportunity as John. When traversing the Grizzlies in 1898, the gang picked up 4 new members: Charles Smith, Lenny Summers, Jenny Kirk, and Micah Bell. Dutch seemed to really like Micah, but Arthur openly stated how much he disliked Micah due to his violent tendencies. In the early spring of 1899, the gang had moved into the state of West Elizabeth and decided to hide just outside the town of Blackwater. Arthur and Hosea were scoping out a real estate scam, while Dutch was planning a ferry heist. Micah suggested this heist. Hosea and Arthur were reluctant, but Dutch went through with it anyways. His plan was to do the heist, then flee to the state of New Austin. Hosea and Arthur would finish their scam and then join the gang the next day. The ferry job didn't exactly go to plan. The Pinkertons, who showed up directly after the gang started the robbery, caused a massive firefight known as the Blackwater massacre. Arthur and Hosea showed up to assist the gang in the fight. Several gang members were killed or seriously injured, with Sean McGuire and Matt Callender being captured alive. The gang fled north into the mountains to run from the law. Arthur suspected the heist being a setup. Dutch sends Arthur ahead to scout the area for anything the gang can use as shelter. Arthur returns after discovering an abandoned mining town called Coulter. The gang heads there and sets up camp there. Dutch and Arthur try and go out and find either John Marston or Micah Bell, both of which were sent out scouting ahead. They found Micah, who said that he found a homestead ahead, and it seemed like they were having a party. The three go there, and Dutch talks to the men. They quickly realize that the people there are O'Driscolls, a rival gang to the Linde Gang. A gunfight ensues, which results in the deaths of all the O'Driscolls. The three loot the homestead. Micah finds a panicked woman in the cellar. He begins to harass her, and Dutch runs in to comfort her. They warm her up and take her back to camp. They find out her husband was killed by the O'Driscolls. The next morning, Abigail asks Arthur and Javier to go out and look for John, who had been missing since Dutch sent him scouting ahead. Arthur is reluctant at first, believing that John should be able to help himself. Hosea convinces him to go get him. The two ride out and try and follow a trail. They find him on top of a mountain, almost eaten to death by wolves. They bring him back to camp, where he spends all the time recovering. Due to the gang running from Blackwater so quickly, they don't have much food. Simon Pearson asks Arthur to go out hunting, and him and Charles go out. Charles can't shoot with his injured hand, so Arthur shoots both deer and they load them up and take him back to camp. A few days later, Dutch plans a raid on an O'Driscoll camp. Arthur is reluctant to agree because he believes that it's a revenge mission. He says that revenge is a luxury that they can't afford. Dutch repeatedly says that it's not, which leads to Arthur finally trusting Dutch. Dutch shows some self-restraint in not immediately firing at Colm O'Driscoll, a man who Dutch hates very much. The gang attacks them and then finds information on a train robbery that they're planning. They decide to take it for themselves. On the way back to Coulter, the gang runs into an O'Driscoll. Arthur lassos him, and the gang takes Kieran hostage. To escape the mountains, Dutch wants to do the Cornwall train robbery. Hosea opposes this, and we can see that Arthur, at least a little, agrees with Hosea. From what I can tell, it seems that Arthur thinks the robbery is foolish, but decides to go through with it because of his loyalty to Dutch. Bill worked on the dynamite that was supposed to blow the tracks. However, it failed, and Arthur, Lenny, and Javier ran after the train. Javier falls off while Lenny and Arthur take out the guards and stop the train. The gang takes out the rest of the guards and goes on the train to get some bonds. Arthur rides back to Coulter after starting the train again. After this, the gang moves south. Arthur rides with Hosea. When they get back to camp, Dutch gives a speech about how they need to earn their keep. This starts the second chapter. In this chapter, we can really see Arthur's personality shine through. We can see that he does do very bad things, but only does it out of the necessity for the gang. A couple of days later, Arthur meets Javier, Charles, and later Bill at the local saloon. Bill drunkenly attacks someone, leading to a huge bar fight. After fighting off some other men, Arthur fights with a huge man named Tommy, who throws Arthur out of the saloon window. After a long fight in the mud, Arthur overpowers him. Arthur almost kills the man, before another man named Thomas Downs comes over to stop Arthur from killing him. Josiah Trelawney shows up later and tells them that he found Sean, who was taken alive during the Blackwater massacre. Dutch sends Charles, Javier, and Arthur to go retrieve Sean. They meet outside Blackwater. The Pinkertons are stationed there, and there is no way they could get in. Arthur suggests cutting Sean loose, but this idea is quickly shut down. Trelawney said Sean is supposed to be on a riverboat, so they ride to the river and see Sean. A firefight ensues, with the three winning and rescuing Sean. They have a party that night to celebrate Sean's safe return. Later, Leopold Strauss tells Arthur he needs to collect debts. Leopold Strauss is the gang's moneylender, and Arthur is the collector. He confronts several people, and I believe these debt collections to be Arthur's worst acts. He destroys several innocent people's lives. Arthur knows it's wrong, but does it out of the needs for the gang. Eventually, Strauss asks him to collect from a man named Thomas Downs, the same man that stopped Arthur from killing Tommy and Valentine.
No, I'm...
Oh, come here, you maggot.
Please, sir.
Really? Threaten me, would you?
Please, I have a family, sir. Please.
I don't care about your family.
You have to be more reasonable.
Why'd it have to come to this, huh?
Believe me, sir. Believe me, sir. I didn't want this either. A little patience is all I require.
Your dad's caught you, mister. And it ain't letting go. You borrowed money from my business partner, Herr Strauss. You owe him, you took the money. He wants it back, what's not to understand? Where's our money?
I don't have it.
Sell your place.
We already owe more than it's worth.
Then sell your wife, or your family, or something. We ain't your idea of charity. Is that clear?
Thomas!
What are you looking at?
Thomas!
I said what you looking at, woman.
My husband isn't well. If we could just have more...
Like I said, we ain't nobody's idea of charity. Get us the money.
Thomas Downs soon died from this beating due to him having the illness of tuberculosis. This is one of the most important things in Arthur's story, as you will see later in this video. Arthur receives a letter from Mary Linton, Arthur's previous lover, asking for his help. Arthur goes over to where Mary is staying.
Yes?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you, ma'am. Is Mrs. Linton in?
I'll go see.
Mrs. Linton, a caller for you.
Hello, Arthur.
Mary?
I heard you and your friends was around.
Okay. Where's what's his name?
Died.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Happened a while ago. Pneumonia.
Bad business.
Sure.
So, well, you've been made a widow and you come here looking for me, is that it?
No, ain't like that, Arthur.
Oh, okay.
Listen, Arthur, I'm... my family. I need your help.
You mean the family that always looked down on me? And you want me to help them?
It's my little brother, Jamie.
I always liked Jamie, at least compared to the rest of them.
He's broken Daddy's heart.
Daddy has a heart.
Don't make me beg you, Arthur.
My money, my life, me. I wasn't good enough.
I'm sorry. We need your help real bad. Little Jamie's joined the Chelonians, that strange religious order.
Good for him.
They're quite mad, Arthur. They'll kill him. You're the only person he'd listen to.
So, I'm too rough to marry into your family, but it's okay to ask me to help in saving your family.
I'm sorry. I understand if you don't want to help me, but I think of you often.
Long time ago now.
I'm begging you, Arthur.
I say let Jamie live Jamie's life and not the nightmare that his daddy dreamed up for him.
Jamie's so innocent, Arthur. Please, Arthur. Will you help me?
Where is it?
Somewhere out near Carmody Dell, I think. The rancher there said he'd seen him around the Cumberland Forest. I just want him back, Arthur. If you find him, bring him to me at the station.
I'll see what I can do.
Arthur finds the boy near Cumberland Forest with the Chelonians. Arthur scares off the Chelonians and Jamie runs too. Arthur runs after him. Jamie, at some point, tries to shoot himself, but Arthur shoots the gun out of his hand. He rides back to Valentine to give him to Mary. She says that he'll never change, and that she knows that by now. She then leaves on the train. We see that Arthur still loves her, but by now it's impossible for him to leave the gang. Afterwards, Lenny finally arrives at camp after him and Micah were sent scouting ahead. He comes back to camp out of breath to say that Micah has been arrested in Strawberry. Dutch tells Arthur to take Lenny to the saloon to calm his nerves, and Arthur and Lenny end up getting very drunk. After this, Arthur heads to Strawberry to free Micah. Arthur sees Micah outside in the jail window. Arthur uses a steam donkey to break the jail window. Arthur hands Micah a gun, which Micah immediately uses to shoot his cellmate in the head, who was an O'Driscoll. Arthur is very insistent on the fact that they need to leave the town, but Micah doesn't listen, and shoots his way through town towards a house where he kills the man inside and his wife, who had his revolvers. They finally get out of there. When they are far enough away, Arthur yells at Micah for his foolishness, and Micah just laughs it off, angering Arthur very much. Micah tells Arthur to meet him at his camp near Strawberry for a stagecoach robbery. He says he doesn't want to return to camp yet before he has something for Dutch. The two meet up at the camp and plan to rob the stagecoach. They kill all the guards for the stagecoach before getting jumped by the O'Driscolls, who try to rob it too. They kill all the O'Driscolls, and then Micah returns to camp. Later, Abigail asks Arthur to go fishing with Jack. They go fishing, and then two Pinkertons arrive and confront Arthur. Andrew Milton, one of the agents, reveals that they killed Matt Callender in custody. They try and make a deal with Arthur. They tell him that he won't hang if he helps them capture Dutch. Arthur obviously refuses, and once they leave, Arthur returns to camp with Jack. He tells Dutch that the Pinkertons just confronted Arthur and that they know the general area of their camp. He implores Dutch to move camps now, but Dutch refuses and says that they just need to stay calm. John tells Arthur of a train moving through a spot in Scarlet Meadows. He tells Arthur that they need a Cornwall oil wagon. Arthur steals the coach and brings it to a secluded spot. Arthur, Sean, John, and Charles all participate in the robbery. Arthur stands on top of the wagon, making sure the train stops. Once it does, the four go in, robbing passengers in the baggage area. The law shows up quickly, but the gang can shoot their way out and escape with the money. John has another plan to make some money, so Arthur and him go do it. John's plan is to steal some sheep and sell them to the Valentine auctioneer. They do it, but the auctioneer is suspicious. He knows those sheep, but not the men delivering them. Arthur and John bargain to where they sell the sheep for a lower price, but the man won't rat on them. The two then meet Dutch and Strauss in the Valentine saloon. Strauss and John then get captured by Leviticus Cornwall, the man who owned the train they robbed all the way back in Chapter 1. Cornwall tells his guards to capture Dutch. Arthur, Dutch, and John then shoot their way out of Valentine, and when they return to camp, Dutch sends Arthur and Charles to go find another camp spot. Micah suggests Dewberry Creek. Arthur and Charles ride down there and realize it's a poor spot for camping, but despite this, they still look around. They find a German family that doesn't speak much English. They manage to get through to the two that bad men took their father. Arthur didn't budge and told them to move along, while Charles asked where they were keeping him. Arthur argued with Charles on rescuing this man that, quote, doesn't even speak our language. This paints Arthur in a very bad light, and honestly, he deserves that. He was being very cruel and cold towards this poor family. Charles finally convinces Arthur to go look for him. They track the man down, kill all his captors, and bring him back to his family. The place they found the man in was a much better spot for camp, so the gang set up in Clemens Point. Hosea, Arthur, and Dutch ride into town and meet the sheriff, who is transporting some other criminals, one of which being Josiah Trelawney. While Dutch is talking to the sheriff, the other criminals escape. Arthur and one of the deputies go to recapture them. Once they bring the outlaws back, they give Trelawney back to Arthur, Dutch, and Hosea. The three go fishing afterwards, showing their bond and history that they all have together. In this chapter, the gang learns of two feuding families named the Grays and the Braithwaites. The two families have had a blood feud since before anyone alive can remember. The gang has an ambitious goal of robbing both families and getting away with it. The gang helps both families with many things, such as stealing horses, burning tobacco fields, and sabotaging businesses. At some point later in the chapter, Karen tells Arthur to go rob the Valentine Bank with her, Bill, and Lenny. And on their way out, Strauss asks Arthur to go collect the rest of the debt from Thomas Downs' wife. The robbery was successful, and the four made off with quite a good bit of money. After the robbery, Arthur makes his way towards the Downs ranch.
My husband's not cold in the ground, and you've come back here. Archie, I nearly paid off what was owed.
Your husband knew the rules when he took that money. Now, I'm real sorry about the way things turned out, but he had a choice. Ain't my fault about the way the world is.
He didn't have a choice. He was good, and he did good. There wasn't no choice in that. And you've as good as killed him yourself, and don't kid yourself. You had a choice.
You speak as if killing was something I cared about.
You ever wonder about eternity? You should.
I hope it's hot and terrible, Mrs. Downs. Otherwise, I'll feel I've been sold a false bill of goods. Now, please, give me that money. Either you got a lazy eye or lack of respect. Which is it, boy?
I ain't got no lazy eye. No respect for the likes of you.
Well, maybe when your mother's finished mourning your father, I'll keep her in black, on your behalf. You think on that, boy?
Well, maybe you shall, sir. And maybe other events will transpire.
You best stick to them books, because mark my words on this. Vengeance is an idiot's gain. Ah, Mrs. Downs, thank you for your punctuality. It's next to godliness, isn't it?
That's cleanliness.
I'll have to take your word on that. Good day.
Arthur not only takes what is assumed to be all of this widow's money, but also threatens her son. Now, why did he do this? Arthur could have seen threatening Archie as protecting the boy. Arthur could have seen threatening Archie as protecting him. If he tried to act revenge on Arthur, chances are he would have died. But still, a very interesting way to handle the situation. Bill tells Arthur to meet him, Micah, and Sean in Rhodes. Bill tells Arthur that he agreed to meet in the saloon with the Grey Boys.
Instead of playing both sides, we're being used by both of them.
They were saying the Catherine Braithwaite.
Hey, hold up. This don't feel right.
Now it don't feel right. I could have told you.
He was like an annoying little brother to me. What fun we had riding together. What a goddamn mess we are making of things.
He was like an annoying little brother to Arthur. This is the first death of many that we see in this game. When Arthur returns to camp, Arthur hears that the Braithwaites have taken Jack, and in return, the gunmen of the gang go out to Braithwaite Manor to confront them.
Come on, let's get this done. John, you sure you're okay?
Like I said, I'm fine.
Follow my lead. Both these redneck families think they can ruin us? I don't think so.
There they are.
Who steals a goddamn boy?
I'm gonna let it fly at those sons of bitches.
Don, I need you to stay calm. Get down here now! You inbred trash!
What the hell do you want?
Easy, John.
We've come for the boy. You must have known we would.
Shouldn't have messed with our business now, should you?
Whatever complaint you have with us, alleged or otherwise, that is a young boy. That is not the way you do things. Hand him over.
Get the hell off our land!
If you ain't gonna be civilized about this... You want me to kill you too, old woman?
You bastards!
Where's the boy?
We have lived in this house for 120 years. We never had no problems except for
Where
Yankees.
is the boy? Who took him?
You killed my son!
Oh, and I will surely kill the rest of them unless you start talking.
Oh, I know your type. Common scum.
Where is the boy?
You filth.
All right, we get her out of here.
What about down?
I never liked you.
Why'd you take the boy, Mrs. Braithwaite?
You stole my
Boys are off
liquor.
limits.
You stole my horses. Ain't no rules in war, mister.
Matthews.
Yes, that's it.
Where's the boy?
My sons gave him to Angelo Bronte. So my guess is Saint Denis. Either there or on the boat to Italy.
Let's go.
Arthur, come on.
What are we doing with her?
Leave her.
I told you she was crazy.
The next morning, the Pinkertons forced the gang to move, so John and Arthur rode out to Shady Belle, the place that Lenny suggested as a spot for camp. After relocating to Shady Belle, Arthur, John, and Dutch go to get Jack back from Angelo Bronte. We can see Arthur ready to help John and do whatever he can to get young Jack back. Bronte acts mostly kind towards the men, and asks them only to go kill the local grave robbers. John and Arthur do this while Dutch talk to Bronte. When John and Arthur return, Jack is waiting with Dutch. We see the rift between Arthur and John start to shrink, as Arthur sees John stepping up as a father and caring about his son. Later, Arthur meets two Indians in Saint Denis named Rainsfall and Eagleflies. Their tribe, the Wapitis, are being targeted by the local military, and they need Arthur's help. Eagleflies asks him to meet him outside the Cornwall oil fields later. At first, Arthur says no. Then Eagleflies offers money, and Arthur agrees. We can see that Arthur only agrees to do kind things for people when money is on the table. This is interesting to me. This also paints Arthur in a very bad light, not able to help the most needy unless he is promised money. This is probably due to Dutch's ideals of loyalty to the gang, and Arthur should always be working for the gang. But then it causes Arthur to be very cruel and cold unless money is on the table. Arthur helps him and returns to the city, where he meets a strange religious brother named Brother Dorkins. He tells Arthur that he believes one of the merchants inside the Saint Denis market is a slaveholder. Arthur doesn't believe him and goes to look for himself. Brother Dorkins was right. The man was holding slaves in his shop. He frees them and returns them to the brother. Brother Dorkins offers the money he collected for the poor to Arthur for rescuing the slaves. Arthur later meets Brother Dorkins again, this time with a nun named Sister Calderon. She tells Arthur that he is a great man. Arthur tells her that she is greatly deceived. A young boy then steals Sister Calderon's crucifix, and Arthur chases after him to get it. After Arthur receives the crucifix, he comes across a woman who asks him if he wants company. He says no, but then he says that he knows her. It's Thomas Downes' wife. She is obviously very poor, and Arthur tries to help her, but she calls the cops over, and Arthur must escape. After escaping, he gives the crucifix back to Sister Calderon. This one is interesting. We see directly how Arthur's actions affected those around him, and in a horrible light. We see how much others suffered due to Arthur's actions. Later, Arthur is once again asked by Mary Linton to help him. He meets her in Saint Denis, and she asks him to help her with her father. Arthur obviously doesn't want to help, as this is the man who ruined the two's relationship. But Arthur agrees due to Mary's pleading. Arthur and her trail her father to find out what he's doing, and eventually find him selling Mary's brooch. Mary confronts him, and Mr. Gillis drunkenly antagonizes Arthur. And Arthur tells Mary that he'll go get the brooch back. When Arthur returns with the brooch, Mr. Gillis is gone, and Arthur asks Mary where he went. Mary says she doesn't know or care anymore, and after this, Arthur walks her to the trolley station.
My life wasn't supposed to... Oh. Is it too late for us, Arthur?
I can't lie to you. I'm a wanted man, Mary. If anyone close to me, well, they're wanted too. And I can't have you wrapped up in there. But it's coming to an end. This time it really is.
Run away with me, Arthur. Run away right now and don't look back.
I want to. More than anything, I want to. But I've got some people I need to take care of. Once they're free, then I'm free. Then I can disappear.
But Arthur...
If we're gonna run away anywhere, we need money. Soon, I'll have some.
I know you won't run away. But it's a pretty dream.
Very pretty, but I will once I get some money. I had some, but then some fool got it trapped into a town that I can't go back to. That's another story.
I'll write you.
Yeah.
When the question of Arthur's biggest mistakes come up, I would definitely put Arthur not running away with Mary in this moment to be top 3. Arthur could have had his dream life, but his loyalty to Dutch and the gang kept him tied down, and he felt he couldn't leave. Earlier on, Angelo Bronte told Dutch that the trolley station would be a good place to rob, so Dutch, Arthur, and Lenny go to rob it. They soon realized it was a setup, as there was almost no money and the police showed up instantly, causing the 3 to make a quick escape from town. We can tell that Dutch is furious with Bronte. Dutch was humiliated by Bronte, so Dutch wants to enact revenge on the man. The next day, Dutch and Jose are arguing over whether they should kill Bronte. Dutch says they should. They are planning to rob a bank in his town, so he needs to be dead. Hosea sees clear through Dutch trying to rationalize his vengeance. Arthur sides with Dutch for some reason, a reason I can't quite understand, although I would assume it's due to his blind loyalty to Dutch. But he could also be genuinely fooled by Dutch's rationalization. But the gang goes after Bronte the next night. John and Arthur capture him. After a shootout with his guards, Dutch talks of ransoming Bronte.
Yep. Oh, hey, big man. We gonna ransom you or what?
You're pathetic.
Well, I am. Because from where I'm sitting, you're the one deserving of pity, my friend. All your men, all your money, it weren't no match for a bunch of bumpkins.
You are nothing. You do nothing. You mean nothing. You stand for nothing. Me, I run a city. And when the law catch up to you, you will die like nothing. I am this country. You are what people are running from.
I possess things that you will never understand.
You don't even possess your own men. $1,000 to the man who kills him and sets me free.
What are you gonna say now?
They are even bigger fools than you.
No doubt.
The law will find you. Already, the dogs are on the way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're right. You are so right. They are good at smelling filth, huh? So filth has got to be disposed of. Your friends the Patriots gonna come and rescue you, you repulsive little maggot. Call them now. You call them.
Jesus. Part of your philosophy books cover feeding a fella. The goddamn alligator, Dutch.
Part that covers weakness. That part. I don't know. Well, I do. It ain't nice. I know it. But it is us or him. I figure it might as well be him.
Arthur is terrified by Dutch's actions and has never seen him act in such a way before. This definitely hurt Arthur's faith in Dutch, but didn't destroy it. The next day, the gang plans the bank heist. The plan is for Jose and Abigail to cause a distraction on the other side of town. While the law gets distracted over there, the gang goes in the bank and gets the money. It starts off smooth with the gang getting a ton of money, until Arthur hears Agent Milton's voice, who has Jose in custody.
Abigail!
Dutch! Get out here! Get out here now!
Someone must have squealed. Never should have gone after Bronte, Dutch.
Mr. Milton? Let my friend go! Or folks, they are gonna get shot unnecessarily!
Your friend? Why would I do that?
Come on, Milton!
It's over. No more bargains, no more deals.
Mr. Milton, this is America. You can always cut a deal.
I've given you enough chances.
Come on!
No! God damn it!
We can't exactly see how heavily this affected Arthur himself. Arthur never really talks about Jose after this, but I don't think at all that means he doesn't miss him. I think it means Arthur feels too much pain with Jose's death to talk to anyone else about his death. This has been Arthur's almost father for 20 years, and the amount of pain that Arthur can never truly process is immeasurable. Unfortunately for Arthur, this is not the last loss he experiences during this mission. The city erupts in a firefight. The gang must make their way to the rooftops.
Go on!
Dutch? You got any?
Oh, God damn them! We can't stop now, Arthur, or we're all dead!
Arthur is the only one to stop and mourn his friend, but it's not for very long. Lenny and Arthur were very good friends, and once again, it couldn't have been easy for Arthur to process this in the short time he had. The gang make their way to an abandoned building until nightfall, when, at nightfall, the gang make their way to a ship headed for Cuba. During the night, a massive storm sinks the ship. The rest of the gang gets on a raft, but Arthur is left on the ship. He is forced to jump ship, and later he washes up on the island of Guarma. He walked around for a bit until he saw some smoke in the distance. When he made his way to the smoke, he found the rest of the gang, who also crashed on the island of Guarma. They are soon found by the local militia, who chains them up and forces them to walk. Eventually, after walking around for a bit, some rebels shoot the soldiers, and in the confusion, Arthur gets the keys and frees himself and the rest of the gang. After killing the guards, a man named Hercule Fontaine tells the gang to follow him. As the gang runs off, Javier is shot in the leg, and they are forced to leave him behind for the time being. Hercule tells the gang that they can rest at an outpost called La Capilla. Arthur goes to see about some rebels that got captured. He ends up getting himself captured. He gets interrogated before he rescues himself and some other captives. After this, you go to rescue Javier with Dutch. The two meet at a cave entrance, where Dutch pays a woman named Gloria to lead them through the cave towards the town of Agua Dulces. On the way there, Dutch talks about the bank robbery and how John was taken alive, and how it's strange John was the only one taken alive, hinting at John being an informant of the Pinkertons. At some point, the three come to a ladder where Gloria demands that Dutch pay more, and she pulls out a knife on him.
Just a second.
Pay more. Pay now.
Dutch, what are you doing? Jesus. Easy, Dutch. What was that?
Horrible old crone.
But you killed her.
She was gonna betray us, Arthur. Couldn't you tell?
No.
Well, I got some Spanish. She was.
You keep killing folk, Dutch.
I am just trying to make sure that some of us survive, Arthur. Now, shall we proceed?
I guess.
Listen, son, you think I want any of this?
I don't know.
Of
course I don't. But I made a pledge to you all. We would survive, no matter what.
So how did you know she was gonna betray us? What'd she say?
It was in her eyes, in the way she was leading us.
But you said you knew Spanish.
I know human beings, Arthur.
Are you gonna strangle me next?
I'm doing the best I can.
Arthur has been increasingly losing faith in Dutch's plans, and I feel at this point, any remaining faith in Dutch to make good decisions was pretty much gone. The two finally enter the town where they see Javier being pulled by a donkey and beaten for information on the men who landed on Guarma. They begin to look for a distraction when they find a sugar refinery. Dutch cuts up bags of sugar, spilling it on the floor. They then blow up the furnace. Dutch and Arthur are able to rescue Javier while the soldiers are distracted. They make their way out of Agua Dulces, and after this, the gang goes to Cinco Torres. There, the gang see a Cuban warship approaching, and swarms of soldiers attacking. The gang and the rebels shoot at them from above, until the soldiers reach the fort. They clear them out at the base of the fort. Arthur then quickly goes back up and shoots a cannon towards the ship and sinks it. The gang prepares to leave, but before they can do that, they need to take out the island's artillery. After doing this, they break into the workers' cabin and find out that their ship captain has been taken hostage by Alberto Fusar and Levi Simon, the owner of the island and the head overseer. The standoff ends when Arthur kicks the captain a rifle on the ground. The gang is finally able to go back to America. Arthur arrives at Van Horn and rides to Shady Belle, where he finds a letter from Sadie under a different alias. She says that the gang is holed up in Lakay. Almost as soon as the gang gets to Lakay, the Pinkertons attack. They push them back, but they need to move camps. Dutch is very stressed, and Abigail tells him that they need to rescue John from Sisika Penitentiary. He says he will, but we can tell that he has no intention of doing so. Arthur and Sadie step up and say they will do it. Dutch later tells Arthur to go up north to a place called Beaver Hollow, home to a bunch of savages known as the Murphy Brood. Arthur brings Charles along. The two clear out Beaver Hollow. When doing so, they find a young woman being held hostage. Arthur frees her and takes her back to her mother in Annesburg. After returning the girl to her mother, he sees Edith Downs is in Annesburg and once again tries to help her, but she just runs away. He then returns to camp where the rest of the gang arrived. A drunken Molly O'Shea then stumbles into camp, exclaiming that she ratted out the gang to the Pinkertons. While the rest of the gang stands there shocked, Susan Grimshaw ends her with a shotgun, starting Chapter 6. Arthur goes to Saint Denis to meet Sadie and plan how to rescue John, but is taken over by a bad coughing fit.
Mister, are you okay? Mister, are you okay? Are you okay, mister? Mister, you don't look so good. Let's get you to a doctor. Come on, it's not far. Just down the street here.
Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'll be fine in a minute. I'm fine.
Nearly there, just around this corner. Now you head in there, friend. Go on.
Can I help you?
I need a doctor.
Oh, just 1 second, sir.
Come in, pal. Come in.
need some help.
And so it seems. And that's Dr. Mister to you?
I'm sorry.
I was joking. Look, friend, I don't mean nothing, but you got money? I mean, before I start treating you, 'cause I got a family.
Yeah, I understand. Here, that do?
Sure. Thank you. Now, what's wrong? I mean, what appear to be the symptoms?
Well, I think you've heard them. I'm coughing.
Is there any blood?
Sometimes.
Okay, now here. Breathe. Again. Yeah. Let me see your tongue. Say ah.
Ah. What is it?
It's not good news.
I guess that.
You got tuberculosis. Really sorry for you, son. It's a hell of a thing.
What you mean?
You're real sick. It's a progressive disease, and you'll be... Well, the best thing is rest, and getting somewhere warm and dry, and taking it easy. Now, is that possible?
Sure, I can just take my winters in my country club in California. No, it's not possible.
Well, like I said, I'm real sorry.
Yeah, well...
Yeah, wait. Let me get you a little bit more energy today.
Arthur is going to die. There is nothing he can do to stop this, and for the next few weeks he must confront his mortality. It's poetic how Arthur got his sickness, killing Thomas Downs, destroying 3 innocent lives, ends up being the reason for his shortened life. This mission reminds me of St. Paul's story. Saul, who later became Paul, spent his life persecuting and killing Christians. Then one day, when he was riding into the town of Damascus, he was knocked off his horse from a blinding light. God called out to him and asked him why he persecutes him. Paul repents and starts preaching and joins the people he used to persecute. This is very similar to Arthur Morgan, who after this has a new outlook on his life. Usually tuberculosis takes years to start showing symptoms, but due to Arthur's stressful life and the entire chapter of Guarma, his TB started showing in a matter of months. Arthur meets with Sister Calderon after this, and he talks to her for a bit about how Arthur believes he is a bad man, but she disagrees. After this, Arthur meets Sadie in Saint Denis to survey the prison that John is apparently at. She's paid a man to take Arthur on a hot air balloon. Against the guide's wishes, Arthur manages to inspect Sisika, and he sees John working in the fields. The guards then open fire on the thing, so Arthur gets out of there. When arriving on the mainland, he sees Sadie being chased by some O'Driscolls. This starts a shootout where the O'Driscolls shoot the tour guide. The balloon ends up crashing. Arthur and Sadie end up killing all the men, and Sadie tells Arthur that Combe is going to be hung in Saint Denis. She says that they're going to go witness the hanging and make sure he dies. Arthur doesn't want to, due to the gang already having problems with the law, but he says he'll go anyways. After this, Sadie and Arthur finally go to free John from Sisika. They go to the island and see someone that looks like John, so they shoot the guards and realize that it wasn't John. They then ask where John Marston is, and the guards say he isn't working today. They end up taking a guard captive and get John out. They then flee with many guards in pursuit. They return to camp, and Dutch is furious with Arthur, due to Dutch feeling that Arthur betrayed his wishes. Although, if anyone betrayed someone, it's Dutch betraying John. Arthur is called to go to Annesburg with Micah and Dutch. Dutch tells Arthur that they are going to go confront Leviticus Cornwall. Arthur is obviously opposed to this, because overall it's just not a good idea. Dutch walks over to where his ship is supposed to arrive.
I want to thank you for your hospitality, Mr. Cornwall.
This was a business meeting, Mr. Milton. We are not friends. I have spent a considerable fortune with your agency, and still nothing. This Vanderlyn robs me and laughs at me. I asked for the best. I paid for the best.
We are very close, Mr. Cornwall. I know you've heard this before.
Chance, sir. Send a telegram to Goldberg in New York. Tell him I won't borrow it more than 3.2%. Sorry, no, I have heard it before. And get that army man to pay his portage charge.
Yes, sir. We are doing all we can within the confines of the law.
The law? I think we both know what you can do with your law. Find me Dutch Vanderlyn. Bring him here. And leave the laws to them as need them. Good day, sir.
Come along, Mr. Ross. We have work to do.
Mr. Didsbury. Mr. Cornwall.
Now listen up, Didsbury. What's all this about strikes? I bought into this mine because of mismanagement, and I intend to make it a success no matter what the cost.
It's the wages. Folk feel that you...
Feel? Business doesn't give two figs about feelings, sir, not two figs. It's a nonsense that will bring a plague on both our houses.
Sir.
Perhaps there is a plague on your house already, Mr. Cornwall. What do you want, sir?
I'm not quite sure just yet.
Your impudence will be your undoing, sir.
I'm undone already. Even my best friend here, he thinks I'm crazy. And like this poor fellow you are talking to, my feelings are hurt.
You robbed me, sir.
And you robbed him. Funny world.
You show a criminal's grasp of sophistry, sir. I did no such thing.
You kill. I kill. You rob. I rob. Only difference I can see is I choose whom I kill and rob, and you destroy everything in your path.
I've heard just about enough.
I'll tell you what. You give me this ship, $10,000, and safe passage out of here, I'll let you live.
I'll do no such thing.
You sure? Good. I prefer it this way.
You lost your man!
Arthur is shocked by the craziness of Dutch's supposed plan. The three shoot their way out of Annesburg. Micah then tells Arthur to go help John blow up Bacchus Bridge. Arthur goes to blow the bridge with John, and they have a conversation about loyalty that I believe sets up the ending of this game very well.
Done. Nervous? But I've been nervous for a while. I had a lot of time to think in that jail, and I feel like I just don't know Dutch no more.
You ain't the only one.
And this plan to get us out, it just feels... I don't know.
Like he's stringing us along, I know.
Killing in cold blood, revenge, we all do bad things, but he seems to enjoy it now. It's like he just wants to create more enemies, more chaos.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I love Dutch. He saved me a long time ago. I feel like in Saint Denis, when I got arrested, maybe he could have done something.
I feel like you should take your woman and child and get lost.
Do you?
You could give something to Jack. It's that or... Well, I don't see no way out of this.
What about loyalty?
Be loyal to what matters.
What are you gonna do?
I'll be okay, but do it for me. It would make me feel good, if that makes any sense.
A little, but...
Listen to me. When the time comes, you gotta run and don't look back. This is over.
And now?
Now we gotta help Dutch give the army one final tweak on its nose.
Yeah, come on. Help me with the rest of this.
Well, I guess old Dutch got all the smoke he wants.
Let's hope so.
You really think that that'll draw attention away from us?
I guess we'll see. Tell the truth, I ain't even sure I fully understand Dutch's plan with all this.
Like I said, John, when the time comes, you go.
What about loyalty to everything?
You've been loyal. I've been loyal. Look what that cost. You know, all that ever mattered to me was loyalty. It was all I knew. It's all I ever believed in. Well, not anymore, John. Soon, you gotta go. Go. Don't look back.
I'll think about it.
I've done a lot of thinking. Look at us. Out here risking our necks, and for what exactly? For an idea that don't work no more.
How you mean?
You know just what I mean. You got a family. You need cash. You need to start building a life for yourself. Me? I need a vacation. And Dutch has all the money for safekeeping.
You know something? Abigail thinks she might know where some of that money is.
Well, you tell her she better make sure. And then come talk to me. And we'll find out just who and what we should be loyal to.
I don't know, Arthur.
Nor do I. But I'm seeing things a lot more clearly now. I wish things were different. But it weren't us who changed.
Yeah.
We can see Arthur's character growth here, as it seems that he has forgiven John for running out of the gang. Arthur shows his newfound wisdom in telling John to leave and not look back, something I bet Arthur wishes he had done. After this, Arthur does some debt collections for Strauss. The first man he goes to collect from is a man named J. John Weathers.
They call me Snow Goose now.
Whatever they call you. You borrowed money off of Leopold Strauss. The bills come due.
This ain't the best time, sir.
This ain't the best time for anyone.
Mr. Strauss knew it was a long-term proposition.
The debt is due.
Okay. I got supplies meant to last through the winter. You can take them. Just, is there any way you can help me? I stay out here, there won't be anyone to pay you.
I ain't here to help. I'm here to collect. We're all of us up against it.
Look, there's men after me. They're killers. I ain't a deserter, just an objector. It ain't right. If there was another way than running, I need your help.
Shut up.
Please.
Up here, it's him.
It's too late.
Guarma, we shoot on sight.
I clear off, sir.
Shit. Well, seeing as I'm here, I'll do what I can for you.
It's all right, my darling. You can come out.
Oh, crap. I probably should have helped you fix the damn wagon.
We could probably still save something.
Really now?
Look, you can take this silver locket for the debt.
Damn the debt. Just get her somewhere safe. Go on.
Thank you, fella. You know, there ain't enough kindness in this world, that's for sure. But you...
I don't know nothing about kindness.
It's interesting to me how Arthur starts hostile towards the man, possibly still having a bit of the mindset of the ends justify the means. But after Arthur sees this man's wife, he realizes that they need help, so Arthur relieves the debt, possibly saving both their lives. Arthur then meets Edith Downs in Annesburg once again. She tells him that the foreman up at the mine will work her son to death. Arthur goes up there to help Archie. He beats up the foreman and gives the boy money, telling them to leave this wretched place. He meets Archie again later, who said that his mother wouldn't accept Arthur's money. He tells Arthur that she went out by the railroad with a man he didn't like the look of, and Arthur goes up there to help her.
It's enough now, partner. You're starting to scare me, let alone the poor woman. Clear off. Who are you? Someone who don't want to hear no more of your nasty mouth. Push me. I'll put a bullet in you.
I presume Archie sent you?
I said clear off before I deal with you.
I'll see you again, dearie.
Listen. Listen to me. Excuse me.
You sound like my husband.
I know. Listen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what happened. I was a fool. And I'm suffering for my foolishness. But don't go and get yourself killed because of your pride. You have a son, Mrs. Downs.
I'm just so ashamed.
Ashamed? Of what? You loved him? You did everything for him. Let's get you home.
Mama! Mama!
Oh, you're a silly boy. Oh, Archie, what we do?
Get out of here. Go live someplace else. Start over. Here, take this. I don't need it no more.
I don't want your money.
Yeah, I know you don't want it.
I don't.
You sure as shit need it. Take it.
No.
I ain't looking for forgiveness. It ain't about that. Don't forgive me. Just take the money and get out of here, please. I know I ruined your life. I suffer for it every day. But don't let yourself get killed for pride. I seen it kill too many folk. Don't say anything. Don't thank me. Just take the money and pack your bags. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
I said don't thank me. Get out of here. Please.
I think I understood what Arthur's redemption was about right here. I believe that it's not about redeeming himself. It's about doing the right thing because it's right. He wants to make others' lives better before he dies. It's not about turning into a good man. It's about turning other lives for the better, so that they have a chance in life. He then collects the debt of a man named Arthur Londonderry. This man works at the mine in Annesburg. When Arthur goes to find Mr. Londonderry, he finds out that he's dead. I believe that this is Rockstar showing players what Arthur could have been if he had ran away with Mary, which is why they share the same name. Showing Arthur truly how bad the things he has done are. Showing Arthur that his mistakes have cost so many lives. He goes to Mr. Londonderry's wife near Butcher Creek.
Mrs. Londonderry?
Arthur's dead.
I know. I'm sorry for it. It's just... we lent Arthur some money, you see, and...
So it was you. You son of a bitch. What do you want now? You want my boy's shoes? You want the food out of our bellies, what little there is? You want me to lie down for you?
No, no.
Arthur gave everything to pay your bills. Everything. And now there's some fellas coming to take the house. There ain't nothing left, mister.
I just wanted to say the debt's canceled and here, take this. It won't bring your husband back, I know. You need money and I don't.
Well, you're a good man. I just wish you'd done it before he worked himself into the grave. But you know, maybe you and your friend that lent him the money could do things differently. Like, not threaten a man. Excuse me.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I really am.
We hear the pain in Arthur's voice as he says that he is sorry. This part is so heartbreaking. Arthur has once again, inadvertently, caused another family's downfall, although I believe this one to be more of Strauss's fault. I think that Arthur was reminded of two things here. I think he was reminded of the Downs family, the family that he himself destroyed. But I like to think that he was reminded of Eliza and Isaac as well. With Arthur realizing that he has the opportunity to save them, unlike what he did for those two. After this, Arthur goes back to camp to confront Strauss.
Ah, how did you get on, Mr. Morgan?
Just dandy. Just get up.
What?
Get up!
What is wrong?
Nothing's wrong. Nothing at all.
What are you doing?
Something I should have done a long time ago. Get your bag. Is this it?
I don't understand.
I ain't gonna kill you, though I probably should. You disgust me. And you shame us. If we could be shamed any more than we already are, that should do. Go!
I don't understand you. What are you doing?
Go and get a job!
You know, they say the sick delude themselves. I was your friend.
You and me, we ain't decent. But those folk, they was. Now here, take that. Take that and get lost!
I'm
leaving.
Strauss was vindictive and horrible to those he took money from. I believe Arthur let him off relatively light in this situation. Arthur then meets Sadie and Dutch in Saint Denis to witness the hanging of Como Driscoll. The three disguise themselves. Arthur sees a sniper above looking at the gallows. He makes his way up there to take out the sniper. Dutch and Sadie take some O'Driscolls captive, and Combe gets successfully hung. When Arthur returns to camp, he receives one final letter from Mary.
My dear Arthur, you never showed up. And now, after looking at the newspapers, I understand why. I don't imagine you'll receive this letter, but I, nonetheless, must send it. Arthur. Oh, Arthur. I was just starting to dream the silliest and softest of dreams. I miss you, and I will always miss you. But I cannot live like that. And it seems you cannot live any other way. When I'm with you, the world makes sense, but when we are apart, I see clearly that your world is not a world from which one can escape. I'm so sorry for everything long ago, and for starting up that business again. There's a good man within you, Arthur, but he is wrestling with a giant. And the giant wins time and again. You've broken my heart again, and I fear I have broken yours. And for that, I will never forgive myself, but you must let me go now. I enclose a ring you gave me many years ago, when we were both young. Not because I don't like it, but because I care for it far too much, and it reminds me too much of you. I hope one day you will find some people in love who can use this, for it kept me thinking of you all these years, and I hope by returning it to you, I can finally be free. Goodbye, Mary.
What a tragedy. The life they could have had together, what could have been. Mary, at the time, was completely unaware that Arthur was terminally ill with tuberculosis, not knowing that he would soon die. Eagleflies, the Native American that Arthur helped earlier on in the game, later rides into Beaver Hollow to tell Dutch, Arthur, and Charles that the military has taken their horses. Arthur and Charles don't want to go, due to this most likely leading to a much bigger conflict with the military, but Dutch is keen to go help, declining the money that Eagleflies offers him. Arthur and Charles decide to go to stop Dutch from doing something crazy and risking the lives of the natives. They go to retrieve their horses from a boat. Dutch takes the wheel and crashes into a bunch of rocks, causing the ship to sink. They take the horses to shore, and Eagleflies and Dutch take the horses back to their reservation. After this, Arthur meets with Rainsfall, Eagleflies' father. Arthur opens up about his illness and Eliza and Isaac to this man, showing great trust in him. Arthur helps him retrieve some sacred items that were stolen by the military. Rainsfall gives him some plants that should help his cough, but it won't cure it. Arthur also meets a man named Captain Monroe. He is a military man helping out the natives. He asks Arthur to retrieve the medicine that the army is withholding from the natives. Arthur does this, and Monroe thanks Arthur, calling him a good man. Arthur disagrees, seeing himself as a bad man. Arthur then meets Dutch in the Cumberland forest, where he is manipulating the natives into attacking the army. A really bad idea, as Arthur tells him. Dutch doesn't listen. He tells Arthur to help him. They trap soldiers in a valley, attempting to embarrass them, but reinforcements soon arrive, causing a massive shootout. Eagle Flies gets captured. Dutch and Arthur are chased by the military before coming to a cliff, where they jump into the rapids below. Arthur and Charles later attend a meeting between the natives and the military, which quickly turns sour. The man who has been ordering officers to harass the natives, Colonel Favors, accuses Monroe of treason and wants him hung. Arthur and Charles both take a soldier at gunpoint and escape with Monroe down to Emerald Station, where Arthur sends Monroe on his way.
Get out of here, Captain Monroe.
I fear it may be Mr. Monroe from now on.
I'm sorry about your career. Here. Here's some money. You take it and get out of here and start a new life somewhere. I hear Tahiti's nice.
Thank you.
Just hop on a train to Saint Denis, jump on a boat, but avoid Guarma.
Where?
Forget about it.
Meet me at the reservation.
Morgan! Are you okay?
Well, never better. What are you doing here?
Well, I'm on my way down to Mexico. They're finally sending me on a mission. Brother Dorkins is very jealous. What's wrong?
I'm dying, sister.
Okay.
Yeah, I got TB. I got it. Beating a man to death for a few bucks. I've lived a bad life, sister.
We've all lived bad lives, Mr. Morgan. We all sin. But I know you.
You don't know me.
Forgive me, but that's the problem. You don't know you.
What do you mean?
I don't know, but whenever we happen to meet, you're always helping people and smiling.
I had a son. He passed away. I had a girl who loved me. I threw that away. My mama died when I was a kid. And my daddy, well, I watched him die. And it weren't soon enough.
My husband died a long time ago. Life is full of pain. But there is also love and beauty.
What am I gonna do now?
Be grateful that for the first time, you see your life clearly.
Sure.
Perhaps you could help somebody. Helping makes you really happy.
But I still don't believe in nothing.
Often, neither do I.
Huh?
But then I meet someone like you, and everything makes sense.
You're too smart for me, sister. I guess I'm afraid.
There is nothing to be afraid of, Mr. Morgan. Take a gamble that love exists and do a loving act.
All aboard! I shall try.
I know you will.
This conversation is one of the most moving in this game. Arthur finally admits his fear of his own mortality, something that on my first playthrough shocked me. Arthur is not one to admit he is afraid, but he opens up to this person he barely even knows. He opens up about much of his past, including his parents, and his child, and even Mary Linton. It is really heartbreaking to hear Arthur's past like this. He's lived such a hard life, and he was manipulated and twisted by Dutch. But under all that, he really is a good man. After this mission, Charles and Arthur break eagleflies out of Fort Wallace. Arthur, once again, opens up about his illness, and Charles tells him something he hasn't thought of yet. Charles tells him he's lucky. He tells him that all the other gang members who died didn't have time to make amends, but Arthur still has the chance to do so. They end up sneaking into the fort and freeing eagleflies, then leading to a shootout with the soldiers. They flee in some canoes and eventually escape the army. A couple days later, Eaglefly shows up to camp with dozens of natives who are ready to fight. He asks the gang for help in raiding the Cornwall oil fields. Rainsfall comes in and tells his son not to be foolish and not to mistake his wisdom for weakness. Eagleflies leaves after saying that his words mean nothing to him. Rainsfall then asks Arthur for help and reveals that Arthur has been meeting with him against Dutch's wishes and gets aggravated by Arthur's, quote, disloyalty. The gang then goes over to help the natives. When they get there, it's a massacre. The natives are being slaughtered left and right. The gang's arrival switches the tide of the battle. The gang pushes back the guards until there is none left. Dutch and Arthur then enter the warehouse to steal some state bonds. Dutch finds them, and as they leave, some more soldiers show up. Dutch and Arthur try to escape, but as they leave, a pipe bursts in Arthur's face.
He got one! A white one! Dad? I need help! I need help! You silly fool! Come on!
You saved my life more than once. To give mine for yours, it's as it should be.
Come on! We need to go. You ran away.
Oh, I did no such thing. Don't be a fool. They could be back here any minute.
I believe in this moment, two things clicked in Arthur's head. One of them is he completely lost faith in Dutch. Not loyalty, but faith. They're two very different things. Arthur never lost his loyalty to Dutch, even in the end, but I believe in this moment he lost all remaining faith in Dutch. The other thing that clicks is Dutch used eagleflies, almost exactly like he has been using Arthur for 20 years. Arthur even says earlier in the game that Eagleflies is almost exactly like him, in the way that he's angry and brave. I think it clicked that Dutch has been using Arthur as well as the natives. This was probably a lot for Arthur to think about. Arthur and Charles bring Eagleflies back to his father, who dies in his arms, and Arthur and Charles get their final goodbye.
Do now. They must move. And fast. I'll stay and help them. Yeah, I'll stay too. No, my friend. You have others who need you. Good people. I'm sorry, but we must pack and move.
Soon after leaving Wapiti, Arthur suffers a severe coughing fit. He is saved by the German family from all the way back in early chapter 3. I really like this because it shows that if you put kindness out into the world, it will undoubtedly come back to you. He would have undoubtedly died if the family didn't help him. He eventually regains consciousness in Annesburg. Arthur rides back to camp when Dutch tells him that they are robbing one last train. The gang go to Saint Denis, where the train is supposed to stop, but the train doesn't stop, and the gang is forced to ride alongside it and jump on. After boarding, enemies start coming from everywhere on the train. At one point, one of the guards shoots a lantern, leading to the carriage being blown up. John releases the carriage before it blows, but is then shot in the left shoulder and falls off the train. Dutch and Micah say they will go after him. At the end of the robbery, the two come back and say that John had died. When they return to camp, Tilly comes up to them and tells them that Abigail has been captured by the Pinkertons. Micah tells Dutch not to go after her and that she's just a girl, and unfortunately, Dutch agrees. Arthur is horrified by this, and him and Sadie go to rescue Abigail on their own. Arthur covers Sadie from a lighthouse, where she is eventually captured herself by the Pinkertons. So Arthur goes down there himself. He eventually gets held at gunpoint. Milton tells Arthur that he should have taken the deal, but not all the gang members were quite so foolish. Milton tells Arthur that Micah ratted out the gang. Arthur takes this moment to attempt to grab the gun, but Arthur has lost most of his strength. Abigail shoots Milton in the head when he gets close to shooting Arthur. Arthur and the two women ride back near camp, where Arthur tells Abigail that John is dead. She tells her to go to Copperhead Landing where Jack and Tilly are, and then Arthur has his final ride.
You go get that boy. There'll be time for sorrow later.
If you're headed back there, Arthur, take this. I don't need it anymore.
What's that?
There's a chest in them caves, in the back to the left, hidden under a wagon. Dutch's chest. It's all our money. I know John told you I knew where it was.
Abigail Roberts.
Always was a good thief.
That you was. Go on, get out of here.
The many miles we walk, the many things we learn, the building of a shrine, only just to burn. That's the way it is. That's the way it is.
Oh, you're a good man. I just wish you'd done it before he worked himself into the grave.
I'm really sorry for your son. It's a hell of a thing.
And all you can do now is decide the man you want to be for the time you have left.
May the wind be at your back. Good fortune touch your hand. May the cards lay out astray. All from your command. That's the way it is. That's the way it is.
You saved my life. You're a good man.
Thank you, fella. You know, there ain't enough kindness in this world, that's for sure.
Maybe it's a sign, Arthur. Try to do the good thing.
Shine light into darkness. Shine light into darkness.
Arthur walks into camp, telling everyone that Micah was the rat. Micah denies it, but we know it's true. This leads to Arthur and Micah drawing on each other. At first, no one takes sides, until John shows up to camp, revealing that Dutch betrayed his son once more, leading to the gang taking sides. It's everyone against John and Arthur. The Pinkertons then show up, and both sides flee in opposite directions. Arthur then tells John that his family is safe at Copperhead Landing. The two then ride through the forest with the other gang members shooting at them, yelling at them, and calling them traitors. Eventually, Arthur and John's horses both die, and Arthur gets to pet his horse one last time. Arthur is then faced with a decision: go back for the money or help John get to safety. I believe the canon option is to help John get to safety. Arthur continues with John up the mountain until the two get to a point where Arthur can no longer go on.
All right, Arthur, come on, let's go.
You go.
Keep pushing, Arthur.
No. No. I think I've pushed all I can.
Come on.
You go.
We ain't got time for this, not now.
We ain't both gonna make it. Go. Now. I'll hold them off. It would mean a lot to me. Please. There ain't no more time for talk. Go.
Arthur.
Go to your family.
Arthur!
Get the hell out of here and be a goddamn man.
You're my brother.
I know. I know. God.
Arthur is then jumped by Micah, and the two have a long fist fight before Arthur gets his hand on a gun.
It is over. Now, Arthur. It's over.
Oh, Dutch. He's a rat. You know it, and I know it.
He's sick. He's dying. He's talking crazy.
Up there on the ridge!
I gave you all I had. I did.
Come on. Dutch. Let's go, buddy. We made it. We won. Come on.
John made it. He's the only one. The rest of us... No. But I tried. In the end, I did.
Come on. Let's go. We can make it. Come on, Dutch. Come on! Ah!
Arthur's loving act that Sister Calderon told him to do was in helping John get to safety. Arthur had a hard life. His death is the most tragic in video game history. Even on my 6th playthrough, this one was hard to get through. Arthur, I believe, successfully redeemed himself through the act of getting John and his family to safety, but through many other acts as well. I didn't even touch on most of the stranger missions, which give you an even better understanding of Arthur's redemption. His story answers the question, how can you redeem yourself for 30 years of bad deeds in a couple of months? And the answer is, you can't. But the act of trying to, even when you know that you can't, is so powerful and really gives you an idea of the man Arthur Morgan really is. This is how Arthur truly redeemed himself, through the act of pursuit and redemption, even though you don't believe you can achieve it. He could have easily said, I can't redeem myself, so why try? But instead he chose to do the right thing. Not to gain anything himself, but because it was right.